Welcome to Kumbasoft DPAA tutorials. This tutorial is about managing application preferences. So be sure to set your video playback to high definition, and though some visual details may have changed since this video was created, the functionality will be the same. So it really doesn't matter if you have, everything selected and everything running in here at the moment. But what we're going to do is we're going to show you how you get things started and you get your appliances running and, you get connected to them and see some things going on. Under the Edit menu, there's a Preferences option. It gives you the ability to control different things throughout the application. Now, it's beyond the scope of this video to show you everything. But generally speaking, different settings may do different things, and you can get some help behind each of these options here by hovering your mouse over it, or if you don't have time to read it after you hover your mouse over it, you can click on it and get the pop-up up so you have time to read that help, and it describes to you what the default value is and some of the other values of those settings that you could use and the range that it will support. Now, these different intervals do different things, and it describes what they do. For example, the time it takes an icon or a alert to show up is based upon these health check intervals. So the domain health check interval is every 10 seconds. These are milliseconds. And so the moment you change that in any way here, it will change automatically there, and it can speed things up or slow things down. But again, your help will indicate to you what the range is. You can go from 1 to second to forever if you don't want to constantly do domain health checks in here. You also have some UI settings. So you have fonts of colors and icons where you can go and define different things. And again, each one of these has a help icon to indicate to you where it's showing and when what it may be used for. So they have some, categories like general icons, and then you have, appliance management icons, and you have action icons, and so on and so forth. But you could change these icons at will if you have an icon set you'd rather use, but as you can see, it could take some kind to change it all out and build your own theme. The same is true of colors, and so these different colors are set. You have help on each one of them as where they're used. They have their categories, and you can change things very quickly. So again, if you want to see how it works, you can just like the selected item background. If I select that here and I change the color to say a deeper red or whatever that is, when I click OK, you then see that it changes in the app everywhere. That color is currently being used. And all these changes are immediate. And when you save and you click OK, it saves that so that when you come back to it later, it won't maintain those colors. And again, you can change the font, and you can see here, if I do this, it's sort of showing up on screen, but if I do this, I can change it, save it Arial Black, for example, and if I click OK, you can see that the application changes to use Arial Black all the way throughout. And so it builds that thing as necessary. Now, there are two categories of these settings, and they're saved in two different places. These don't have an automatic restore. As you can see, there are a bunch of settings here. Be careful playing with these. We've already tuned the application as best as it can be tuned, but there are just some things that you may want to play with. You may want to contact us if you want to start changing some of these things. For example, maximum concurrent threads. I could tell you that if you're running virtual, 20 is a good setting, but if you're running physical, and you can pump this up to 50 pretty safely. So there are little things that you may want to talk to us about if you want to start changing these settings to tune your platform to run DPAA either more efficiently, or you're experiencing a lot of errors, and maybe you have to tone some of these values, increase them or decrease them based upon what may be going on in your environment. The UI settings are stored elsewhere. I can restore the UI defaults very quickly, but these I have to restore when out away, and by saying that back to their default values within the screen. So that's preferences. It's been a long time. We never had the ability for user to set preferences in here. Somebody asked for it, and so we decided to put it in here. So if you want more information on one of you, other tutorials, go out here, www.kumbasoft.com. Go to the Features and Tutorials page or the Contact Us page to get other information or request licenses or request other information, file a technical support ticket or what have you. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.